Hey guys, Tails147CF here. I was trying to look at the camera and I thought I was lagging. And I swear this is my second to last video this week. I swear. But I wanted to make this video because this is something I was talking about earlier this week when I said that I had an announcement to make. And that's being that I will be attempting something and attending something that I never thought I would get the chance to or really ever be interested in doing. So here it goes. This weekend and later in the month on Anzac weekend, I will be attending and participating at Super Smash Bros. Melee tournaments at two super events at the Art Institute off of Madras Street. The first one is literally this week, like it's literally tomorrow on Saturday. And the second one is called Ōtautahi Onslaught, and that is happening on Anzac weekend. And this will be run and organized by a group of guys called Aftershock FGC, and basically what it is that I will just be competing in the Melee tournaments at these fighting game events, with the one happening tomorrow being a small monthly, meaning that it happens like once every month, and basically it's a one-day thing. So the doors open at 10:30 and then the doors close at 6. And I will be taking part in the Melee bracket, which happens at 1 alongside the rivals of either bracket, because it's not just Melee, it's a bunch of different games, from Guilty Gear to Smash Bros to Rivals of Aether to Tekken to Street Fighter. There's even casual games, like I think Beyblade is one of the games that you can watch and compete in. And for the monthly series, you only need to pay for bracket entry into the bracket you want to compete in. To just enter in to the building and watch the matches is completely free. But for Ōtautahi Onslaught as it's called, this is a much bigger event with a lot more people. And by that I mean the monthly that's happening tomorrow has about 34 attendees. Ōtautahi has 76. I'm sorry. It's moments like these where I wish I scripted shit, but as we all know, I just don't script. But I will be competing in the Melee bracket, but also with Ōtautahi Onslaught, I am taking the Sunday off to potentially commentate or at least help run the Smash Ultimate side of things. And especially for Ōtautahi, certain games are treated as main games, certain games are treated as side games, and there are also community games. For Ōtautahi, the community games will be run on Friday, literally on Anzac Day. And it will also feature community-run brackets, so it's basically just something for everybody to do, and it's a lot of fun, apparently. I would like to be there on Friday, but unfortunately, I have work, which sucks, but you might see me there in the morning. I'll put links in the description of this video, and I'll put links in a comment I make on this video. It'll be the top comment, and I'll have links for basically the registration page, or well, the overview page for Ōtautahi Onslaught and Fighting Monthlies, which is run by the same group, and it has the location of everything, information about pricing, what games happen, who are the people running the event, how to register, basically every question you could have, the links will give you answers for. And I will also link the brackets for the Melee side of things, so you guys can see what set I am in the bracket and who I'm playing. And I want to say this now, this isn't a single elimination bracket, and unlike the main games, Melee won't have pools. Which pools is basically like your round robin stuff, where you play for your seed into the main elimination bracket. But Melee does something different because it's not a single elimination, it's double elimination. Meaning that if you... Okay, so say you're in pools, or well, round robin or whatever, and you don't do well enough to qualify for the proper bracket, then you'll be sent down to the loser side, and if you lose any set in the loser's bracket, you're out. If you lose your set in the loser bracket, you're eliminated from the tournament proper. However, if you're on the winner's side and you lose your match, you go down to losers, and so you'll still have another match to play. And so if you end up making it to grand finals from the loser side, you have to win 2 sets to win the tournament, not 1. And honestly, this has been something I've been wanting to do for ages anyway, because I... Basically, when COVID hit, I started to just basically binge Super Smash Bros. Ultimate videos, and that was a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed watching people play through, like, World of Light, and just casually doing fun challenges in the game, fun stuff with custom stages. And then there was a YouTube video came out in my feed about one of the most popular Melee players. And I watched it, and it got me really interested in Melee. And so for basically since then, I was on and off on Melee. But this year, and especially, but 2023 and especially 2024, I got really into Melee. I wasn't watching every, like, stream of every tournament, but I was keeping up with who was winning, who was performing well. And honestly, it was just really enjoyable, and and it was different because I'm not that into fighting games, but Smash is a platform fighter, which means it's not about knocking down a health bar, more so it's knocking your opponent off the stage that you're on. It's also... I did want to lean more towards Melee though, because it had a smaller character roster, meaning that you don't have to worry about matchups as much. And it's also just... Unfortunately, I don't like to say this, but I think Melee is a bit more interesting, especially since it's a, like, nearly 24-year-old game that's still being played competitively to this day. But yeah, I will be attending both tournaments, and I will be attending both events, competing in the Melee brackets for both events. I'll say this for Ōtautahi, it's across 3 days. Friday will be community games, Saturday will be side games and main games, and then Sunday will be basically the top 8s for all the main games. I'm literally looking at the event description on my PC right now, which is why I keep, like, looking away from the camera. But, I mean, yeah, I'm really excited about this. I've actually really hope I get to see, like, at least one of you, hopefully. If somebody isn't, like, doing anything on Saturday, then just come down and we can talk, play, catch up and shit. I will tell you this though, and this is information I have only shared with, like, a few people, And so that information is who I am playing in Melee. And so, also, I will say this, there are videos that explain, like, competitive Melee terminology and just competitive Super Smash Brothers in real way better than I ever could. And I mean, I don't really think I could list one video. You're just better off looking up videos on YouTube or looking up guides online, which, God, that feels old to say. God, when was the last time I looked up a guide? No, I'm getting sidetracked. But, the characters that I will be playing in at least for this tournament will be Marth and Luigi. Marth is a character I had already intended to play. Like, when I got my GameCube controller, by the way, this is what the GameCube controller looks like. It's an Xbox controller, but without a left bumper. Yeah, it's really funky. But when I first was getting my controller and thinking about who I wanted to play if I was in a tournament, Marth came to my mind. Marth was one of the first, and while I have been practicing Marth because through a really cool thing called Slippy, you can actually play Melee online against other people, unranked and ranked. I wanted to play Marth, and I have been playing Marth, but I'm still struggling a bit. And so, one day while practicing, and this is basically this week, I decided to try play Luigi. And it turns out I'm actually not as bad with Luigi as I thought it would be. I understand the moves a lot, and I just like all the funny things the character can do. Even though he's just different Mario, but he's cooler because it's Luigi. I also have a third character I've been playing, but I'm not going to list that character yet because I want it to be a surprise. Oh yeah, and about Ōtautahi Onslaught, they do stream, they will be streaming at least as far as I know, they should be streaming the main games, the main bracket games, and the side games on Twitch. They have multiple Twitch channels, which when I find them on their, on the website that shows you, like, all the info and stuff, I will link them in the description, so you can be notified if you have a Twitch account when they go live. But, yeah. That's all I really have to say for this video. This went on a lot longer than I thought it would, and I'm so sorry. But, yeah, I will leave those links in the description. And, I will post one more video this week, and it will be after I've been to my tournament on Saturday, where I'll break down what happened. I'll probably ask someone to record gameplay footage for me, just so I can break down with you guys what happened, what I did right, what I did wrong, and basically my whole opinion on how the tournament went, how the management was handled, everything. But I want you all to know I am super excited, and I really do hope to catch up with some of you guys more often, because I quite often don't do that, and this year's just been me trying to sort out my mental and physical health way better than I did last year, and it has been happening, which is good, but I've still got some work to do. I still got a lot of progress to make. Alright, though, that's where I'm serious, though, this is where I'm leaving things off. Thank you guys so much for watching this, if you've watched all the way to the end. Comment down if you want to talk about anything to me, like, subscribe, share the videos, please, as much as you can. And as much as you want to as well, I'm not going to tell you what to do. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.